Well, hello and good evening, my fellow Starseeds. This is Christian. Welcome to Starseed Mindset, and we have reached day 17 of the 30-day Love Yourself Challenge. Woo! It's a little bit earlier than it has been for the past few days because I was able to sleep in a little bit and get really nice and rejuvenated, even though I was a little late to my appointment this morning. So if you watched a few of these videos by now, you know I do have a horrible, horrible time with time. And I'm late to everything. Somehow I always forget one last thing and I have to rush back to the house. So, yeah, if you're anything like me, let me know if there's anything that you've done to help with that because this has been a problem for like years, okay? Like, even one of my old managers from my first roles with my previous company mentioned that, and he sent me this article like, oh, this is why people are late, blah, blah, blah. And for me, it's always that one last thing, right? That one last thing that you think you're gonna need before you leave your home. And I don't know. I don't know how to fix that at this point. I really don't. Even when I went to the barber last week, like I was a couple minutes late and I was so sure it was gonna be on time. So yeah, that's gonna be our. Oh, sorry if that was loud for the audio, but yeah, that's gonna be our focus for the day: time management. Okay, and how critical that is for our personal growth in whatever we're trying to manifest and whatever we're trying to do with our lives, with our world, with our loved ones, etc. But before we get into all that, I wanted to share what I did for my 15 minutes of loving myself today. I spent quite a bit of time studying this morning, getting really close to mastering two out of the 8 sections that I need to master for this thing I'm working on here for the Security Plus certification. And that was cool. I was actually able to sit down and focus, and I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that because I have had a bad habit of not doing that and not being able to focus too well, especially when trying to study. So yeah, it took a while to have everything seep into the brain box here, and feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good. Aside from that, I did force myself to the gym today. I was thinking, before I left the house, I was like, you know what? I should just make this a rest day, blah, blah, blah. Those are just excuses. So I ended up just not doing any, heavy lifting or anything. Just did 45 minutes on the Stairmaster, and that really made me break out a good sweat. So that was just my body needed to let out all the toxins and just feel fresh. And when I got home, I had some more of the soup that I made yesterday, the caldo de pollo. Absolutely delicious. Trying to take better care of what I consume, put into my body now that I've pretty much detoxed all of the bad stuff that I was doing with the alcohol and the CBD and all this other crap. So, yeah. Feeling pretty good. My skin's nice and glowing now. So, yeah, I think I'm going to keep doing it. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. And, and besides that, definitely let me know what you guys did for your 15 minutes of your Love Yourself journey for these 30 days. And let's get down to some time management here, okay? So I know in the manifestation video I had mentioned, having these sticky notes placed wherever you see them in your home. Keep it between yourself and your higher self, or yourself and God, or whatever you may believe in. And also being very specific in what it is that you're asking for. So when you're having those things in mind and you know exactly what it is that you're asking for, you have to frame your time around it too. And that's something I'm trying to get myself to religiously practice on a daily basis, because that is really how you get the results that you want. And looking back on how I manifested my position when I first started, almost 8 years ago now, I was sober back then. I was 100% sober. I was doing what I needed to do. I was getting up early, working out. I was going to classes at Tarrant County College back in Fort Worth. And I was just setting myself up, acting as if I already had that, like if I were this person in this position, this is what I would be doing. And I know you've probably heard that a lot if you've watched other manifestation type of videos, but y'all, I'm just telling you right now, it's no joke. You really have to do it. And it's not about, telling your friends or telling whoever, blah, blah. This is between you and yourself, okay? If you were trying to be that person, become that person that you're trying to be, okay? And funny enough, right now in my manifestations, I was slacking a bit, trying to deal with all of the heartbreak and all that crap. But after sending that letter yesterday, I woke up this morning and I tried to backtrack, right? I tried to send the message to the thing, and they were like, oh, hey, this is basically like mail. So once you press send, there's no way to take it back. So I almost tried to take back my very, very honest letter yesterday to the ex that's out in basic training. So I almost took that back, and I kind of am glad that they basically said, "Hey, we can't take it back now." So now it's sent to the universe, and whatever happens happens. And after getting that message, I was like, "Okay, it's done. It is what it is. That's my sign to continue doing me, to continue being honest, being focused, and trying to manage myself around that instead of consistently spending time reminiscing or thinking that sad thoughts that are going to put me in that negative mindset, okay? Along with time management, you have to be positive in your approach to things, okay? And I have to remind myself of that. I hope this is a good reminder for you because I was looking like a hot mess past week, and I was basically being a hot mess even though I was sober, still sober. So this is awesome. And when I look back on this, I'm going to be like, yo, this is pretty cool. And I'm going to keep trying to do it for my own personal growth. Okay. So we're trying to grow with each other. If there are any time management tips that you have for, if you have to leave your home, but to be quite honest with y'all, I haven't worked out of an office in over 4 years. So doing anything to get outside of the house is kind of a process for me. It sounds like an excuse a little bit, and honestly, it kind of is. But yeah, it's a process. It's a whole deal for me to get out of the house. Um, maybe it's my vanity. Maybe it's I spend too much time on, getting ready and putting lotion on and smelling good and all this stuff. But it's just one of those things, you want to present yourself in a way that you want to be perceived. Your image is very important. And I know I have set the image that I'm not the best at time management in the past when I was working in the office. So yeah, that's something I'm trying to actively work on. So, and as a funny little trinket for the day, or a fun little trinket, I have the beautiful Sands of Time. I think I got this at the Home Goods forever ago, but this is just a reminder, and I keep this on my desk here. It's a reminder that time never stops for anyone, okay? Time is a human construct, but it is also how we communicate with each other on when things should be done and by what time people are expecting things of you, okay? So in manifestation, it's it's all give and take, okay? It's all equalized energy exchanged, because you're not just going to get something out of nothing, okay? You are going to actively pursue the things that you want and ask the universe of it, but you have to be mindful of the time you're spending on it. Be mindful of the time you're engaging in certain things. I'm trying to not be on social media as much, and just trying to really focus on what I need to learn to set myself up for my own manifestations. So if you get anything out of this video here tonight, I'm not going to make this the longest video ever. So I do want to, start winding down here shortly, but just keep in mind that your time and the energy that you spend is always with you, and you can control it. And in order to achieve the manifestations that we want and achieve the outcomes that we want, we have to always keep time in mind, okay? Time will never stop. even though it feels like it stops sometimes, like especially if we're hurting, especially if something, terrible happened, or God forbid, someone died or anything like that, it feels like time stops. And we have to remember that it does not. We have to be mindful of that in our manifesting and whatever we're trying to manifest. Spend more time on the things that are going to put you in a space to receive that blessing. And it's going to happen for you, okay? And it's going to happen in divine timing. It's not going to be when exactly we want it, okay? Uh, I in the past I've tried to manifest things and like, oh, I want this by this date. And no, it actually happened a little bit beyond that date because I needed to learn something before that happened, okay? So I'll share more details on that on future videos. And sorry for the flabby arms. I'm still trying to, I'm not the best at upper body. Like legs are great, toned, whatever. I've never been the best at upper body, so I'm trying to fix that, y'all. Anyways, I hope you are having a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me on this day 17. And I shall see y'all tomorrow for the day 18 update. We're getting closer, y'all. This is awesome. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, and I am sending you my love, light, and darkness. Never forget to embrace your darkness, okay? Become one with it, understand it. Don't let it control you control it before you let it control you, okay? All right. Mwah. Bye.